Hello, my name is Lala in Absolute, and welcome to another video. Today is a bit different from what I usually do. This is going to be a call for VAs and stuff, since I do kind of need voice actors. This video is mainly going to focus around Remnants of Red and its voice actors, but anyone who joins the team will likely have a shot at more roles in the future for future projects. In this video, I will be going over a list of pros and cons for joining my team. I'm as honest as I can be with this list, and if I miss something, let me know in the comments. I'm not trying to trick anyone, and I have no reason to want to. I will let you know that Discord is required for this, as it is the only way that I can get audio and organize and have all the team lists and team goals and everything in there. As for the audio, it does not need to be high quality, it just needs to be something where I can listen and hear the words clearly. Example, background noise is okay as long as it does not overpower your voice specifically. The reason I specify this is that this is not a high quality production. This is a new project that's a novice production, so I'm not expecting high quality, and I am fine with low quality as long as I can hear the words okay. Here's the first list, and the first list is the benefits. The benefits you would get from being on my team. First of all, you would get a Discord of like-minded people. People who also want to voice act, people who also would like my series and concepts. The second benefit is the optional team and character building exercises you'll be able to participate in. This will mostly be scheduled hangouts and game sessions, along with character building exercises so that you can get to know your character better. The character building exercises are a low stakes environment so that you can kind of get a gist of your character and maybe improv some stuff for your character if you would like. Although if you don't want to, it is fine. I am perfectly fine scripting all your words. The third benefit is that there will be no surprise due dates. Everyone will be notified of the due dates way in advance of when they actually happen. To give you an idea of how far in advance, I'm thinking maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month. It'll depend on certain factors, but you will have plenty of time. The fourth benefit has to do with the due dates again, and it's that they're flexible. You will need to talk to me about it, but it will usually be fine if you need a small extension or you can get it in early or whatever. The only thing with this is that you can't take up to like a year unless you have a good reason, but very rarely that'll ever come up. The fifth benefit is credits. Just give me the platforms and who you are on those platforms and you will have your credit. Don't worry. Starting with the cons is that this is a volunteer type of deal. No one is getting paid and I don't have the resources to pay anyone as much as I wish I could, since I do appreciate anyone who does decide that they want to voice act for me very, very much. The second con is that this is not professional. I myself am not a professional as I do not have the experience to say that. And what I'm doing is for fun and no one has any obligation or responsibilities for this project other than just voice acting a little bit, and even that's very flexible and laid back. No one has to take this too seriously other than myself. The third con is that I have to be a little bossy. There will be certain bits and pieces and voice lines that need to be done correctly because they are plot relevant and future events will not make sense without them. The fourth con is that I am new at this. I am new at managing people and big projects like this. I have been part of projects, but I have never been the person to manage everyone else. So this will be a learning curve for me as I figure out what works best and what things I am forgetting to do and need to start doing when I begin this. I believe that's all the pros and cons that I have for here. If you think of anything else, please do let me know in the comments, as I will be happy to answer any questions that come up or you think of. I will be releasing a forum that will be a way for people to express their interest in becoming part of my team. The questions on the forum will be very straightforward and very self-explanatory, but I will be explaining them anyways just for some more clarity and context. The first thing that you'll see is Discord user. Just put your Discord user in there. The second question is, can you send audio in Discord that uses your voice and is easy to understand? And those two questions are the only questions that affect whether or not you get into the team. The rest of the questions are basically preferences and what you will want to be doing, as well as some basic info that may be relevant to me if you are going to be voice acting for me. The next question you'll see is if you have a masculine or feminine voice. The answers are the yes and no, unsure, or it can go either way. Then I'll ask about voice changers if you are willing and able to use them. I don't actually care if you are able to or even want to or have any. I was just curious and might come in handy for certain characters in the future or certain other series. Then there's the preference of what genders you would want to play. Literally self-explanatory, just your preference. I will also ask for your preference in roles. It will go main character, that is the biggest parts. Secondary characters, they have big parts but aren't like main characters. Tertiary characters, they have medium-ish parts. Quaternary parts are the small parts, extras. They're very small parts, sometimes pop up again, but not very often. Then there will be the any answer. Just click several if you have preferences, but if you click the any, just know that you will probably be assigned a lot of roles. That is if you answer yes to the next question, which is would you be willing to take multiple roles? Since I am just starting up my team, I may not have very many people when I start, so therefore people may have to take multiple roles so that we don't have to limit characters too much. I will be trying my best to balance out the roles though, not assigning 12 main characters to one person. No, that's ridiculous. But a person may be assigned 1 or 2 main characters, some secondary characters, a few more tertiary, and then a lot of extras. That'll be it for the form. Thank you very, very much for listening to all that. But let me tell you about the possible workflow idea I have for this. I'll start off by giving you what you're supposed to say and the context it's in. If you see something and think, hey, this is probably a better way of doing that, or would be really fun, or me and the VA of this other character have a better idea or funner idea that we like, tell me. I might be able to change it. But make sure to tell me that early enough so that it's not like up to the deadline, and I can also get started on lip syncing for that. We'll go back and forth a bit, maybe, depending on how much you want changed or how many ideas you have. I always welcome ideas. And while we do that, I can come up with the visuals for the scene, or potentially after, depending on how long we talk. Now, before I end the video, I'm sure at least a few of you are curious about what was being drawn in the background of the video the whole time. And it's actually a prototype of how the inside of a certain location would look in theory. Initially, it was meant for a prompt for the spring art fight event, Sprout Fight, but I didn't get to it on time, so it's this instead. But yeah, that's what I had for this video. It's just a call for VAs. If you have a VA friend who's looking for somewhere fun to be, think about sending this to them. They might be interested, and there's no harm in trying. That was Lala and Absolute. Thank you so much for watching, so much for looking through this and clicking on it. Have a good day, and I hope to see you again. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.